Today we are going to learn working with MS Access 2010. All right, this is third chapter, and everyone please open page number 34 in your books also, beta. When I'm teaching you from this PPT, I want you all to look into your books, okay, and just be connected with the pages also. All right. So before starting MS Access, let us understand few basic introductory topics of this particular chapter, that is databases. Although I have taught you this before also, but today I just want to give you a quick recap of these introductions. Okay, then I'm going to start your main topic. So let us understand what are databases first. Okay, so a database is an organized way of storing information. It helps to and access large amount of information quickly and efficiently. That means wherever you are storing something, wherever you are putting, all your files together, that is known as a database. All right, so it's not like your folder, because generally what we call that whenever where files are stored, it is known as a folder only in our computers. Okay, but database is something little different. Okay, it will contain data, it will contain the files, but it is not a folder, because it will be created from some kind of software application. Okay, because in creating folders you don't require any kind of software application, but for your databases you are going to require some kind of application softwares that I'm going to teach you later in these slides. So the daily life examples of your databases can be a telephone diary where everybody's phone number addresses are written with their name. Okay, so it's just a database where whole data is collected, right? Next is a dictionary where you will find everything at one place. Then if I'm maintaining a list of my children, then I may be writing their addresses, phone numbers, everything at one proper place. Okay, so these are the real life examples of the databases. All right, next I want to tell you what are the different types of databases. All right, so first is flat file and second one is relational database. That means we have two types of databases, flat file and relational. But in flat file we don't have the relationships. That means whatever you have saved in one file cannot be related to another file in any way. Okay, for accessing information from the two files you cannot have one question only, you have to frame two different questions. All right, for example, just imagine that we were in the school. Okay, in your seventh B and C, you both sections were in front of each other, right? If I have to make an announcement, what option do I have? I have to enter seventh B, then I have to like announce whatever I want to make announcement. Then I have to go in seventh C, then I have to make the announcement. All right, so there is no common path between them, that if I'm speaking in between, then everybody will listen. All right, and you know that the doors of our classes are generally closed, so if even if I'm standing in the corridor and I'm speaking something, then may not, it is a possibility that everyone will not get it. So that is somewhere the case of your flat file databases, where there is no structured relationship between this. For accessing the information or for updating the information, I have to go to different files and update them in order to update. All right, so the in if we are talking about these kind of files can be created using your application of MS Excel. Okay, in Excel we have sheet 1, sheet 2. So supposedly you have saved one data in your sheet 1 and then one kind of data in your sheet 2. Then there is no way of relating sheet 1 and sheet 2 together. All right, so then second type of database is beta relational databases. As the name is only telling, relational database will somewhere create the relationships between the files. Okay, and in these relationships how they are made, I'm going to teach you in the next slides. Okay, so the basic difference between the two types of databases is the creation of relationships. All right, and the softwares which will help you in creating relational databases are MS Access, that we have to study in this chapter, MS SQL, or Oracle. All right, SQL is better structured query language, and last is Oracle. You don't have to go much deeper. It's just that it is an example of your relational database. Now, let us move to the next slide, which is a structure of database. Okay, so that means whenever you are creating a database, that time there will be four main objects of that database. Either you can take it as a structure of database or you can take it as objects of database. So there are four main objects, children. First are the tables, queries, forms, and reports. Okay, so table I have shown here in this slide, children. So this table, okay, so here, the one which I am highlighting here, children, these three are the columns. So here in your database, these columns will be known as beta fields. Okay, these columns are known as fields. And how many rows do we have? 1, 2, 3. The one I'm highlighting with the horizontal lines, no, these are the three rows which we are going to call it as record in our database. Okay, so you can either learn it like R for row and R for record. Okay, so whenever I'm asking you what is the other name of row in your databases, so that is record only, and we have the fields as columns. Okay, now if I'm going to write something over here in this place, okay, in this place, then all these will be known as the data which I'm going to put inside my table. All right, next is beta query. Query, as I have told you before also, it is something like a question. Okay, after I'll teach you this chapter, maybe I'll ask you beta any doubts, any questions, any queries. So query is basically a question only that we are going to ask from the files which we have already saved. Okay, what is the use of saving if we are not using it again? Okay, like if your mother is, you know, putting your clothes or your family clothes in a cupboard, and if she is not taking it, you will definitely take it out once, no? So it is important to retrieve the data which you have already saved, and in order to do the same, we have queries in our databases. Next is bit of form. Form is like a normal form that we used to fill for either for any competition or for any, you know, getting admitted into some organization. So it is like a form, that form only, where every question will be written. You just have to write your answers and your answers will be directly updated into the databases. So it is the most convenient way of, you know, updating the databases. Okay, for example, I am owner of a company where I have 200 employees, and due to some reason one employee has moved out. So there is a vacancy of one employee in my company. So when when the people will come, okay, I have taken the interviews, I have you know, selected one candidate also. Now that candidate's uh, record needs to be updated in my database, right? So I'll give out a form to that person. He or she will fill, then everything, whatever data he is entering in that form will be updated in my company's database. So that is a really convenient way of updating the databases. And report, supposedly there is some police investigation going on and the police is asking that they need the you know, the whole report, or you can say whole information of my employees. Then what I can do, I can just take out the print of my employees, whatever data I have stored. But if I'm going to give them in a paragraph, will that work for them? No, it should be in a presentable manner where everybody is going to, you know, see, okay, this person is this, no you know, no criminal record, everything. So that is like a report where the police person can easily read it. Okay, or like suppose you have gone for a blood test. Okay, then if the person or the you know, the doctor will give you in the form of a paragraph everything, nothing is, you know, highlighted or nothing explained, you will not get you will not be happy with that kind of thing. Okay, but if a doctor will give you proper report where, you know, the hemoglobin quantities, the RBC, WBC, everything is mentioned in a proper tabular way, so that time you will be happy to see your report. Okay, so report is basically an organized manner of displaying the data. Whether you are going to display it or print it, it can be done in both the ways. All right. So this is all about the structure of a database where we have studied tables, queries, forms, and reports. All right. So in the same chapter, let us just start with the basic thing is what is MS Access. All right. So MS Access, till now we have discussed what are the databases and what is the structure of a database. Now let us come to the main topic, that is MS Access, children. So it is the most powerful and popular relational database management system. Okay, so beta, whenever we are dealing with these databases, no, that time we have to deal, we cannot deal it manually. So we require a management system for dealing our databases, right? If we are dealing with the normal flat file databases, then it is known as database management system. Okay, and when we are dealing with relational data, that time we have to call it relational database management system. So MS Access is basically a very popular and a powerful means that it is capable of maintaining too much records. Okay, it's not like it is very efficient in handling more, right? So it is used to organize and manipulate the data. It organizes in the form of tables, because we have studied tables in the databases. So here in RDBMS also the tables will be created. Then it provides the facility to create relationship between these tables by using the common fields. Okay, so as I told previously also, that there will be tables and there will be some kind of relationship. Okay, like for example, due to some reason 7th B and C, the example which I gave previously, are sitting in any of the AV room, all right, in the school. So that time it becomes really very convenient for me. I'll just enter the AV room, I'll announce whatever I wanted to announce, and then I'll leave. So by default, all the students of 7th B and C will get the same information, and I have to do the thing at once only. Okay, so this is the way of, you know, creating the relationship between the tables. Now let us see how tables, made in the relationships. So before starting that, let me teach you few of the components of the MS Access that is important for you to understand. So this is a by default window of your MS Access. Here, like in every MS Office application, we have quick access toolbar where for undo, redo, all these options are there. This A is telling us that it is an MS Access software. Then we have a ribbon like we have in every other software, that will give us so many options to, you know, work in this particular software. Then this is a table which is there. Then in this table we have this field. ID is a field, first name is a field, last name, hire date. Okay, these all are the fields. As I told you, these are the columns. Then record is this horizontal one line. All right, and this is the navigation pane over here, from where you can directly click on something and then you will be navigated over there, like we have in online shopping websites also. See, we have a navigation pane. You just click over there and you will be navigated, right? So this is the overview of the components of MS Access. All right. And for detail, you can read it from page number 37 in your book, children. Okay. So a little bit like you have to have the understanding of these fields, right? The components. Next, we'll discuss the tables. Okay, how we are going to, you know, relate two tables in a particular relational database. Then I'm going to show you how. See, this is table number 1, right? And this is table number 2. Okay, here you can see we have roll number, then student name, age, and then phone number, right? So this is basically student detail. Maybe we will be having address, father's name, mother's name, father's phone number, everything must be there in this. All right, second is children, this where I have calculated the percentage in their pt1. Okay, so now rather than making one new field here, what I am going to do, I have created another table here, and then which is the common field here, this roll number. Okay, because no two person, maybe the first name, the last name can be common, but no two students will have common roll number. Okay, so roll number 1, that means by default this person Amit is having how many percentage beta, 89. and this person Shweta, that is roll number 2, will by default have 91%, right? So rather than putting everything in one large file, what I have done, I have broken down into smaller information, that means smaller tables, and these smaller parts are very easy to apply. For example, if I have to apply the sorting feature in this particular percentage column, so maybe by mistake, what you will do, you will apply sorting in this also and phone number also. This is a possibility. So when you are working with a large amount of data, now that times there are chances of human errors. Okay. So rather than committing these kind of mistakes, we should have small data. That is why Vita, we have always said that we should always break down larger goals into smaller goals. Okay, so when small goals are achieved, ultimately your large goal is also achieved. Okay, so supposedly there is a student roll number 3 here only, and that has secured only maybe 50% marks. Okay, so if I have to call his father or mother, then what I'll do, I'll just take this roll number, then I'll look up into this table, and then I'll get the phone number. Okay, so everything related. All right, so in this way we have a common field, and then we can relate two tables, right? So this is about how to create the relationship between the tables. And when we will be discussing the uh, advantages or the features of using your MS Access, that time the first topic is Access provides the facility to break the large information into small parts that are easy to maintain, easy to access and manipulate. Data redundancy is reduced. So that means human errors or any scope of human error is totally reduced, because you have small amount of data and that can be managed properly. It increases efficiency. Naturally, when you have stored it perfectly, you will be able to access it perfectly, and that means your efficiency is increased. Speed and flexibility in accessing the information. X provides data security. That means if supposedly there is a teacher and you don't want to share the school details with that teacher is only able to see the marks of students in a particular list. That person is hired only for this thing, that she or he has to calculate the marks and analyze the marks or the result of the student. So then the table of student details will not be visible to that person, although she can take out if she is able to. But even if you have secured it, for some reasons that will not be visible to that particular person. So security is a very good feature of your MS Access. Next is it provides facility to create forms, very easy. That means to update the record, then report, to summarize something into a particular readable format, and then ask from the databases. Okay, so these were the features of your MS Access. Next is, let us learn what are the data types. Okay, so data type is basically, see, I told you in the tables you are going to put the data. So that data will be having some kind of type also, beta, because in your Python also we have learned there will be data types of the data that a user is going to enter. So here also we have the data types. These are used to declare the fields of a table. Okay, that means what kind of field or the column that a particular table will be having. A data type determines the type of data a specified field can accept. That means, suppose if it is a roll number, then it should always contain number. Okay, there should not be only one in the roll number, right? Some common data types are text. Text means any combination of text and numbers will be written. Means supposedly address is there, so beta I cannot I cannot fix the text or the number in your house address, because you will be using combination of text and numbers in order to write the house address of your house. All right, so text means numbers and text both can be used. Number means it will store the numeric information only. Memo This all you can read from the page number 39 of your book. There is this green table, okay? And memo means beta, it will store the numbers up to 65,536 characters. It is used for descriptive fields such as notes, comments, description. That means if you want to write some kind of description, okay, that means some long story or the paragraph you want to write, then you can use the memo, okay? Then date and time, that means anything like wherever you want to mention the date, whether it is the date of joining of an employee or a student. So anything, this kind of date and time can be saved in this particular data type. Next is beta uh, auto number. Auto number means like by default you will be having 1 2 3 4. Generally it is used in your serial numbers, or in roll number also you can use, like it will be in the sequence. Then we have yes no. That means it will have only one possible value, either it is yes or it is no, okay? OLE means object linking and embedding, okay? It is used to embed some other application, okay? For example, if you want to right now I'm using this PowerPoint, if I want to include video in this, so that is object linking and embedding. When this is mp4 and mp4 file I'm using in my pptx, okay? So when two different kind of files are used all together, that time we call it as object linking and embedding. Next is children hyperlink. Hyperlink is basically used to store the web addresses or the URLs, okay, that can be clicked. Next is lookup wizard. Lookup wizard will help you to create a field whose values are chosen from the values in the another table. That means like in your Excel also, if you remember, we have used the sheet reference of another sheet also. Okay, so if you have to refer to something that is there in the another table, then you can use this lookup wizard, okay? For example, like if in your tables only, if you have to look up for the person's father's mobile number, okay, then you can use this kind of data type. This will help you in looking up this particular field from the another table. So what the basic advantage will be, like you don't have to write the copy paste the numbers here, it will by default take from the another table because everything is related. Next is beta attachment. Attachment, like in every time we have attachments like images, spreadsheet files, documents, charts, anything can be attached. Calculated, this will be used when there are fields that needs to be calculated. Like if I have to, take out the sum, if I have to take out the average or the pass percentage, anything, then that will be calculated. Next is, and the last is beta rich text. Rich text is the combination of text and numbers that can be formatted using colors and font, like different font controls, font faces, where you are putting styles into your data. That is known as your rich text. All right. So as I told before, you can learn all these from page number 39 in your book. Next is views of a table. Children, we have two types of views. One is the design and one is the data sheet. So in design view, it is basically used to enter the field names, their data types and the description. Okay, so when you are in the design view, see here beta, this is your views column. In this view, I'm highlighting over here, this is your view. When you will click here, you will see design view, data sheet view, and switch between the views. All right. So design means that you are going to design something for a database. For example, I give you a sketch pen, black sketch pen, and I'll give you a sheet. I'm telling you to draw a flower. So what you will do, you will draw outlines only. All right. So that outlining is done in your design view, where you are outlining of the field names. You are defining कि ठीक है मेरी table के अंदर these will be the field names, and then you are defining their data types, and description is totally for the user जो बना रहा है बेटा उसको. That means that why I'm using this particular field. Okay. Now next is the data sheet. Data sheet is actually your Excel kind of view only, where you are going to put the data inside. That means you have done outlining in your design view. Now actually data will be entered in your data sheet view only. It is used to enter data in the table. All right. So here, as you can see, children, we have the table fields. The table fields are first name, last name, hire date, okay, and the data type also mentioning auto number, text, okay, date and time. All right. So these data types and field properties, if you want to set for something, this is the description area. That is totally optional. Even if you will not add it, that is not going to, make your database invalid. All right. So this view is basically your design view, because we are designing the fields, data types, everything, settings we are doing. Now after doing these settings, when we will click on the datasheet view, it will open the view of your that view where you are going to see a Excel file only. Okay, in that you are going to write everything. All right. So this was all about the views of your MS Access. Next is beta concept of primary key. Now, as you can see here, okay, so one thing I have highlighted already. This is the primary key. Primary key is basically a sort of check on the table that uniquely identifies each record in a table. It does not contain any duplicate data. That means primary key will be that column. When I'm saying key, that doesn't mean there will be a something like lock and key or something. It's just that field, that column of a row. बेटा बहुत ध्यान से समझना. Primary key is that column where everything will be of one kind only. That means, for example, मैं roll number बोलती हूँ. Will be any 216 roll numbers? No. But if I'm taking the case of your first name, there can be two Amit in your class. All right. So this is a possibility. But in roll number, you will always have the unique things. Unique means no duplicacy. Everything is unique. So that is your primary key. Now here in this table which I have displayed here, so customer number. So beta customer number is something which is for the individual. It's like roll number only. In schools we have roll number, maybe in an organization or in any mall we have customer number. So customer number will be default generated and it will be unique. So I can make this as a primary key. Now why do we use these primary keys, beta? When we have to create the relationships between different tables, that time we have to set a primary key in order to make it as a base of relationship. As I told before also, when I was showing you that PPT where I was having that slide where I was having that two tables in which PT1 percentage was there, and that, so I have taken the common field as roll number. On what basis I have chosen that roll number field? On the basis of your primary key, because every record was unique over there. Okay, so that is why primary key is used in order to set the basis of your relationship. And in this database, actually we are dealing with the relationships only. All right. Last topic of this is beta sorting in MS Access. Sorting, whether it is in Excel, whether it is anywhere, maybe manually you are doing. So sorting will always arrange data in some order. Okay, so here in MS Access also you can arrange data in a particular table in a particular order, that can be ascending or descending. All right. So this for more details, beta, you can refer to page number 44, figure 3.14. Here you can see how you can sort the data from smallest to largest and largest to smallest. Next is closing the Access application. You will click on the file and then you will close the database. All right. And then if you have to open something like we do in every other software application, you will click on the open and then click on the file which you want to open. Okay. So this was all about your third chapter, MS Access, that we